We're going to talk about what you guys are working on now that you're getting close to game time.
You know, you're to the point now. Today's Wednesday. You know, last really heavy day, and putting the finishing touches in a lot of situations. You got third downs. You got red zone. Tomorrow will be kind of a polished day, but at this point, a lot of the physical work's done. It becomes more of a mental deal right now, and that's probably where I don't want to call it stress, but we're really emphasizing right now. We got a lot of guys going to be playing either their first game or their first, extended, meaningful experience. So we've got a lot of inexperience that's going to be out there, and so we just got to kind of try to pound it in their head from now till game time, the game plan, so they'll know what to do.
Do you have a plan for how you're going to handle the left guard situation?
Yeah, we do, and that's something that we'll kind of, Coach Grimes, Coach Malzahn and I will kind of feel out as the game's going, and we'll just kind of make those decisions as it goes. We feel good about both those guys. They're both going to help us. They're both going to play.
How far in advance do you and Gus sit down and script out the first 9 plays of the opening game?
That's typically something that we do on a Thursday. Obviously sometimes you do things earlier than normal when you have a lot extended period of time before game, but you get in a normal game week, that's usually one of the last things you do.
And Gus said that he likes to obviously inform the players before the game, makes them feel comfortable. How important is that to not only get them familiar with it, but comfortable so they're not having the jitters out there a little bit?
I think it's huge. There's great power and knowledge and kind of knowing what to expect, and we're not setting a curve here. A lot of people script certain things, do it differently to try to get off to a good start. We're no different, and but yeah, we definitely want our guys to know going in what it is. It's not a secret, internally anyways.
The first play, do you try to do something that will build confidence?
Every game's different. It kind of depends on who we're playing, what we think schematically they're going to do, and everyone's different. I mean, obviously every play we want to build confidence. We don't ever want to not build confidence, but yeah, we try to get off to a good start like anybody else.
When you script it, do you have either or? Okay, because you might make 25 yards on the first play, and you might throw an incomplete pass.
And when you script plays, whether you do 5, 10, 15, everybody's different. You script the way you would like it to go, but hey, what if after the second play it's 3rd and 8? You're going to get to a 3rd down situation call. So you sometimes hop off and on the script, just depending on how the flow of the game goes. In a perfect world, wherever you script, all those plays score, so you got a bunch of 1-play drives, but it usually doesn't happen.
Rhett, you did mention that, like I said, depending on who your coach is, it could be 10 plays or 20 plays scripted. How do you and Gus settle on 9? What maybe significance?
It's just a number we like. My number was 10 in high school. We just went one less.
What is Jalen Harris's mindset entering this game, and how much do you see him getting his hands on the ball?
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's still a freshman. We're not going to put him in a position to fail, and so we think he'll do a good job. How much he plays could be dictated how the game flows, but again, he's done a really good job for a true freshman. We got a lot of confidence in him.
Right, we talked to Gus and Jeremy obviously about the quarterback's input in a game plan. How important is it to have a guy that has a lot of experience like Jeremy, even though it's just the offense, to help you in determining kind of what route you want to go, calling plays, all the kind of things like that?
It's huge. I mean, you'd much rather have a quarterback say, "Coach, this is what I like," than whatever. Because you want to do what they feel good about. Because in anything, you're going to have the best chance of succeeding when the guys feel good about something. We may have a play that we think is just great for a certain situation, another play that's pretty good. Well, as a coach, sometimes we always go with, "Hey, man, this is the best play for this situation, but hey, my guy feels really good about this one. I'm going to go with the one he feels good about if I can," because he's confident in it. And Jeremy has the ability to tell us, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is the way I'm more comfortable doing things. Do we always do it his way? No. But as a coach, that's your job to try to put him in a position to be successful. And then I think the fact, like you said, he's played is huge. Just in his first season opener, maybe the first time he's been the guy. And there's still a lot of growing to do and a lot of experiences he hasn't experienced. But he started the first game before, so at least that part's out of the way.
You've been with Coach Malzahn the longest of anyone play under him, Coach.
An eternity.
What is it about him as a developer of quarterbacks that you've noticed that maybe there's just one thing that works for no matter what type of quarterback it is?
Well, it's going to sound like a broken record, but what we try to do is build around their strengths and do what they do best. Now, that doesn't mean we stop developing the weaknesses or the things they don't do great, but it goes back a little bit to that question is, we're going to try to do what they do best. And everybody's different. And that's why we've had all different kinds of quarterbacks. You know, you go all the way back to really bad ones like me in high school to guys like, Chris Todd, to then a Cam Newton, then you got a Ryan Applin, then you got a Nick Marshall, now you got Jeremy, all different guys in between. A lot of those guys do a lot of the same things well, and there's certain things we asked all of them to do, but then we obviously take them all a different direction. And I think that's one of coach's strengths, not just with quarterbacks, with everybody. What do these guys do best? How does it fit within what we do? And let's build on it.
You like that he doesn't have a type at quarterback? He seems to get all kinds of players, dual threat, pro.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think that's why we've been successful. I mean, you always are recruiting to the best player you can have, but I mean, I think so. I think that speaks volumes to the system and to the ability to build it around what they do well.
Are you expecting for them to match up with Duke just straight, put Harvey Clemens or somebody, just put a corner straight on them the whole time and make it an individual game, or are you expecting them to go alternate? Or
To who? To Duke? You said?
Particularly, yeah.
You know, that's the thing about first game. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they have a specific plan for them, and it wouldn't shock me if they're just playing a specific plan for us. And I've said it before, a lot of things, these first games are about adjustments. We'll have to see. I mean, again, we feel like we have good players across the board that make it hard to maybe double one guy or focusing on one guy. Maybe in certain scenarios people do that, but we'll see. I hope we're good enough that they want to double somebody. That's the first step.
How do you feel about playing on the turf in Georgia?
Feel fine. I'm an old school guy. I like natural grass like we have on our field, but we have our indoor here. We practice on it plenty. There's other teams in our league. We're going to play on turf. It is what it is these days. I think that used to be a big deal. Now there's so many places with turf. We played in the Dome a bunch. Some of our guys haven't, but a lot of them have been there before, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Rhett, the connection between Austin and Jeremy, obviously the quarterback center exchange, but those guys being such good friends, how much does it help that they're buddies and get along so well?
It helps. I mean, it helps that really I think a lot of our guys get along well. And obviously, you get along better with people, things are going to go well. But they've got a good relationship, and they communicate well in a healthy way. Jeremy's got a problem, he's going to let him know. Same thing with Austin, and I think that's healthy.
I know you obviously can't talk about this game, but maybe reflect on the season opener last year where you go into a game, you have a game plan, but you got to make adjustments on the fly depending on what's thrown at you. What did you guys adjust last season, the season opener, for example, things that you noticed quickly, and how early in the game was it?
I don't remember specific examples, to be honest with you. I've slept a couple times since then, so I really don't. But last year was unique too because we had Jeremy, then we had Nick going in. That actually probably worked to our advantage a little bit for them. They had to prepare for both, didn't know what was going to happen, but I don't know. You adjust as you go. You usually have a pretty good idea, and coaches are who they are. We are they who are. They are who they are. And you're going to have small things here or there you tweak. You've had a lot of time to add some things here or there, but it's not like you're going to see a team come out and do a totally foreign thing you've never seen before.
Are there any freshmen on the 2 deep that are not on 2 deep that might play Saturday?
Are there any freshmen that are not on the 2 deep that might play? I doubt it. Don't want you to quote me 100%, but I doubt it.
Besides Gary,
He could play. Yeah, he could play. I guess he wasn't on there. Yeah, he could play.
Darius Slayton.
We'll see.
Do you expect to fully go in and split those reps among the 3 running backs pretty evenly, or is it by field?
It'll be by field. Like Coach said the other day, I mean, we really still don't have a starter, but Rock's earned the right to go out there first. He's had a great camp. We feel good about Peyton. We feel good about Javon. And to be honest with you, we feel good about Carry-On. So they'll all get chances, and we'll just it'll be a by-field situation, and we'll learn about our guys pretty quick, I think.
So you can call Rock the starting running back right now?
He's going to take probably the first snap. After that, there's a lot of things that are unknown. And that's the thing about this game. And, I'm excited, one, because we're going to finally play somebody, but there's a lot of guys we're going to learn a lot about, because it's one thing to do on the practice field. You do it in front of 70, 80,000 and millions on TV and in a big moment and consistently. Some guys have that, some guys, it takes them more time to get there, so we'll see. But, we do have a lot of guys who have played some. There's still some that haven't played at all, but I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. A lot of questions will be answered.
Rhett, how long did it take you personally to kind of put the way last season ended behind you and turn your focus to this game and this season?
Probably took a little while. The good thing for us, we go straight into recruiting, so it's all kind of just, you run into something else and it keeps your mind off of it. But I don't like losing. I don't handle that well, and the last 2 years we've lost that last game. I haven't liked that. And so, you know, usually probably not till we get to spring ball and we start practicing again. And then once you start practicing and get on the practice field, you at least kind of get that out of your system, and you start worrying about the next team and the new team and those players, and you get it over. I mean, I didn't sit around and sulk every day, but and you still think about it time to time. But I don't do well when we lose those last games. It makes it hard. I usually don't watch that game film for a long time because I just don't want to. I don't have to finally.
Rhett, when you turn on film, does Louisville remind you of anybody in the side course from? I mean, you faced Georgia 2 years ago, but as far as someone of more recent vintage from last year, do they remind you of anybody from the things they do?
I don't know if there's anybody to compare him to. I know you wanted somebody. I really don't. I mean, obviously Georgia, because Grantham does a great job. I mean, he's very solid, very sound. He's aggressive. I mean, it's a top 25 team in my opinion, with a top 10 caliber defense. You know, last year they were. I mean, they were exceptional in a lot of categories. They feel, and I don't disagree with them, that they may have a better defense this year. They've got some transfers in certain places that are key spots. And then they got a lot of guys that played last year, even if they weren't starters. And so we expect it to be a really good challenge. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, you know, last year they were great at causing turnovers, sacking the quarterback, and really good on third down defense. So that's who they remind me of, last year's Louisville team, I guess.
Anybody we haven't talked a lot about during fall camp that may end up having a really good game Saturday on offense?
I don't know who we talked about.
You know, somebody that hasn't been talked about a lot.
I know who we not talked about a lot.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, obviously I hope they all play well. Again, it's a lot of unknowns. I'm excited to see how these guys do it and go out, and you know, that's part of the joy of coaching. It's usually stressful in the moment, but you're excited to watch them play too. I just hope they play well and you know, play the best of their ability, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Rhett, when you think about it this spring,
He's that guy.
Do you find it?
Wow.
I don't think. Do you find it kind of ironic that you brought up when we asked you whether you thought Myron would be a contributor this year? You're like, it was a par 3 contest at Augusta, Madden first, and then here we are. He didn't make it to the season opener.
No, I mean, again, it's just kind of a mutual deal that we decide that's the way things are going to be, and I think Coach addressed that yesterday. So no, I'm not making light of it.
All right. Thank you, Coach.